everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week is finally taper week. Taper week is finally here. I'm very excited, and as you can probably tell, I have quite a lot of energy because I've been steadily tapering down my runs before MCC, which is part of UTMB, which is the race that I'm currently training for. MCC is taking place on Monday, the 23rd of August. As we speak, it is Wednesday the 17th? Let me just check that. 18th. It is Wednesday the 18th of August. Oh, by the way, I've got my dog in here, which is why you may be able to see her. I don't think she's ever seen me talk, but not to anyone else before, so she's probably a little bit confused. It is currently Wednesday the 18th of August, and I'm just about to go and do my final official training session before the race. As I mentioned, I'm in taper week, which means that my training sessions are getting less and less intense, and I'm kind of hoping to gain back some energy, so as my training sort of plateaus off, hopefully my fatigue should also take a nosedive, so by the time I get to the race, my form is on point. So that is kind of the goal, although I do often wonder in taper week what really counts as a taper, because for some people they will reduce the intensity of their workouts, for other people they will reduce the volume of their workouts, and the way that my coach has done it is to not reduce the intensity but to reduce the overall volume. So that means I'm still doing quite big sessions, quite fast, and kind of going for it in my interval sessions, for example, and still doing my recovery sessions and still doing my long run, but rather than being 10, 12, 15 kilometers of intervals, it will rather be something like 6 kilometers overall, including the warm up and cool down. So that allows my body to kind of still get the feel of actually running hard without actually becoming too fatigued from it, is what I think is the case at least. So that's sort of how I'm viewing it. And when you don't do quite intense sessions during taper week, for me at least, I start to feel very sluggish before the race, and it's the worst feeling in the world. I mean, let me know if you have felt this, but you get to taper week, you're reducing your sessions, you should theoretically be feeling much more energetic, much more relaxed about the race, and capable of actually doing the race, and yet your legs start to feel heavy, you start to feel a bit nervous, you don't really feel prepped at all, and actually like just getting off the sofa feels really exhausting, and that's like one of the worst feelings. So I'm hoping that today's session will give me a bit of a confidence boost, and today's session is 3 by 1 kilometer with 2-minute recovery in between each of those reps, and I have a 2.5 kilometer warm up and a 2.5 kilometer cool down. So what's that going to be? Approximately 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish, 9 or 10 kilometers overall, whereas usually my interval sessions would take me to sort of 14 kilometers, including the warm up and cool down. So it's a little bit less than usual. And rather than being at sort of a 5k pace, it's actually at a 10k pace. So that gives me a little bit more recovery, I think. So that's the goal. I'm going to take you along to the track with me, and then after that session I'm going to be double checking the mandatory packing list for UTMB. This varies depending on the races, so obviously for the longer races you're going to be going overnight, you're going to need things like torches, you're going to need much more cold weather gear because you're going to be running through the night, and more food and all that kind of stuff. For MCC it's only 40 kilometers, it's sort of the kiddies race as they say, so you kind of don't need any of that sort of stuff, but they still have a pretty comprehensive mandatory kit list because obviously it is up in the mountains, the weather can change at any moment, and you want to make sure that you are fully equipped for the race. So I'm going to go through all my mandatory kit and show you my favourite brands as well, because I get asked a lot about the kit that I take, not only on my runs everywhere but also my races as well. So I'm going to talk through that when we get back. Starting the 2.5 kilometer warm-up run for the interval session. It's very windy today, I don't know if you can hear. I've got my headphones in, listening to podcasts on the way up. It's all uphill on the way there and then all downhill on the way back, which is always nice after a session, but on the way up it's like, God, it feels hard already. Yes, like I said, got 3 by 1 kilometer, 2-minute recovery in between, and then heading back down again. I'm hoping it's not too exhausting. All I know is my shoulders and back muscles kill from a boxing session I did yesterday, which was questionable considering it's within the week of my race, but it's fine. Boxing is my favourite way of like de-stressing, which is exactly what I needed, so we'll just get over the DOMs hopefully soon. just arrived at the track. It is extremely windy. As I have mentioned before, this is an old airport, an ex-airport, so it gets all the wind in Bristol. It's like at the top of Bristol, essentially. So I will be amazed if I hit any of the times I'm supposed to be hitting today. But to be honest, that's not really the point. This session is really about getting the legs moving, getting a little bit of effort through them without fatiguing them too much, from what I understand. So I'm just going to try and get going, and hopefully it will all go well. It's nice and cool today, at least. We have zero sunshine, zero summer weather, and kind of good running weather if it was minus the wind. But you know, we do what we can with what we're given. First interval done in 4 minutes and 14 seconds, which is 1 second off goal pace, which I'm really happy with because I didn't even check my watch once. 2 minutes recovery, then we go again. Second interval of 1 kilometre done. Another 2 minutes, taking me to 12 minutes 30. Then we do it again. Last one. Woo, I actually feel pretty good actually. Loving it. Final kilometre done. Did that one in 4:10. Felt pretty good. It's nice to feel fresh. Can't wait until I feel horrendous tomorrow. Okay, 2 minute cool down, and then 2.5k run back home. And then I'm done for the day, other than taking the dog for a walk. Woo! That was a good session. I'd recommend you guys try it. Alrighty, so I've laid out all my kit that I'm going to need for the race and the day afterwards as well, where we're going to be going up the mountain and watching the TDS race. So I'm just going to talk you through it quickly because we've got a mandatory kit list, which is really normal for ultras and other long runs, because if you are caught in the wind, the rain, the snow, or extreme heat, you're going to need certain things of kit, and if you don't have them, you could be in serious trouble. So I'm going to go through the mandatory kit list and everything else I've got here as well, starting off with my Columbia bag. That is a 7-litre bag there, and it comes with those 2 flasks. They are 500 millilitres each, so that's 1 litre of water that they can carry, and electrolytes and all that kind of stuff. And then to the left of that you can see the medical kit. That's got a foil blanket, which is part of mandatory kit. Then you can see the whistle and the compass. I don't think the compass is actually part of mandatory kit. I had it for the Azores, so it kind of lives in the same thing. And then there's a lot of sort of various other medical equipment in there. I might whittle that down so that it can actually fit in my pack, but I kind of keep that all in one for all racers that have mandatory kit, because it's got literally everything you could possibly need. To the left of that I've got anti-chafing cream, which I've only just started to use, but it is a godsend, especially for long runs, especially when it's hot, you get slightly wet. It can be so annoying having just a tiny bit of chafage either from your bag or your thighs or your shoulders or something like that. So having anti-chafing cream can be a godsend, so I'm going to be carrying that with me. And then to the left of that I've got some Rhian SPF 30. I'll probably be wearing SPF 30 all over my body and SPF 50 on my face, because we will be outside for a good proportion of the day. And then below that I've got 2 pairs of sunglasses, both of which are from Sun God. The top ones, as you can see, they're clear. They're photochromic, which means that they go darker in the sunshine, but they are quite clear. So if it is raining, I will be wearing those. And then the ones below that, let me show you, they're my Cool Ninja sunglasses that are much, much darker. So if it is sunny, I will be wearing those to protect my eyes. And then to the left, we have my Tape Seams Waterproof, which is a Columbia jacket. It is amazing. I don't really like running in it because it's not entirely breathable, but it does have air vents. But in terms of its waterproofing ability, it is the best. And then there are some hiking trousers above that, those waterproof trousers. They're not mandatory kit except in extreme wet weather. Half the weather forecasts say that it's going to be pouring rain, half of them say that it's going to be kind of raining in the morning but then actually really sunny for the rest of the day. So I do not think I'm going to be bringing those because, as we know, skin is waterproof, but those are really useful when it is absolutely pouring with rain and not that warm, because it's really easy to get cold quickly if you have your skin bare and it's raining and the water is evaporating off your skin. Obviously that's how you cool down very quickly. So going further to the right, we have my running poles, which I've actually borrowed from a friend. This will be my first time using them, but I've been meaning to use them for absolutely ages, so I'm going to bring them along with me. And then because there's so much steep descent on this run, I have a good feeling that they will be very much required and protecting my quads. And then you can see my Petzl head torch. That's the best head torch I've ever used. I actually did a vlog called How to Run in the Dark, which is much more useful in winter, but it goes through my favourite kind of kit in terms of reflective kit and torches and all that kind of stuff. That's a top of the range one, but I've also got another one from Petzl which is really good, so I can recommend that brand. To the left you can see my headphones and my phone chargers and a portable charger as well. I always bring a portable charger on a long run, even if it's 20k, just because you don't want to get lost or injure yourself and not have a means of charging your phone, especially if you're using maps or any sort of tracking. Like if you have live tracking on Strava or on WhatsApp, then that uses up a lot of battery. So you just want to be safe. That can charge my phone 1.5 times from nil, from 0% battery, and also it can charge my GoPro, which I will of course be running with. So that's useful. Just above that, this is where it comes into like slightly strange but incredibly valuable kit. You can see my trail running shoes. Those are Columbia Caldorado 3s, and to the right of those some snow boots. Snow boots seem like a very strange thing to wear in the middle of summer, but A, we'll be up in the mountains, so it might not actually be that warm, and B, those boots are super comfy. They don't have any sort of hard bits in them, so after a race when your feet are a little bit swollen, a little bit sore but tender, they are just the comfiest things in the world. Some people prefer flip-flops or sliders, but snow boots work for me because my feet get really cold. So yeah, they are an absolute godsend. That's a little piece of kind of insider information. Swiveling all the way around to the left, oh, bad camera skills right here, you can see two hats. I've got a cap and a visor. I prefer my cap, but I also prefer wearing a visor, so I think I might wear the visor, and it protects you not only from the sun but also from the rain. So if it is pouring rain, you can get it off your face. And same goes for sunglasses. Those clear sunglasses are really good for protecting your eyes from rain. The pink thing there is a puffer jacket, and it packs up quite small, but it is a huge puffer jacket and extremely warm. Like I said, the next day after my race, we are hiking up to watch TDS, which is one of the longer races and the toughest one technically. And since we'll be up a mountain and probably tired and we will be there overnight, I'm going to bring that and it's going to keep me warm. And then the netting that it's in becomes a pillowcase if you don't have a pillow there. So you just stuff it with your clothes and it becomes a very comfy pillowcase. So then I've got my 5-degree sleeping bag. It's really good. I think it is like minus something, up to minus 10 or something, but I think it's comfortable for 5 degrees, and hopefully if it gets below 5 degrees, I'm going home. Above that, you can see I've got my towel and swimsuit. I've been recommended by my coach to take a dip in the river after the race, and that's not just because it's really fun, but actually because it's great for reducing swelling. So I'll be maybe taking a dip in the river after the run. So we move on to nutrition. Here you can see what food I'm going to be using for the race. I will not be carrying all these packets, but I'm just bringing everything so that I have it with me. On the left we have the Colombian energy block called Lucho Dietos, which is also called bocadillo, I think, it's from Colombia. It's like a traditional Colombian sweet. The best thing about that is it's wrapped in biodegradable leaf. If you have followed me extensively on YouTube and Instagram, you will hear me talking about these all the time, but it's because they're really good, very useful not to have sticky gel wrappers, half-eaten gels, all that kind of stuff in your bag as you run, because if any of you have done something like this before, you'll know that, well, at least me, I really struggle with keeping organised on the move. So like keeping all my pockets in check, making sure that the right things are in the right pockets, because it all just gets a bit mixed and I'm too tired to really be able to be bothered to deal with it. So having these is great because once you eat them, you just chuck the wrapping on the side of the road. They're just a leaf, so they biodegrade along with all the other leaves, and it's very handy. You don't have to carry anything with you. And of course, I go by the rule of leave no trace, so I'm not going to be chucking wrappers of anything anywhere, obviously, but these are really, really useful because they are just completely biodegradable. To the right of that, you can see Active Root. Active Root is a ginger-based supplement, so on the far right there's the electrolytes, and then in the middle there's the gel mix, and the gel mix you mix with water and it creates energy gels. And like I said, I don't like wrappers, so the little bottle above is 150 ml. That's about 3 to 4 gels you can make in there, and rather than having 3 to 4 gels individually wrapped, you can have that reusable little bottle and you can make a gel mix from scratch at home just using water and the refill packet there. And then the electrolytes I've spoken about before, they are ginger and cane sugar and lemon balm, and they're really good if you suffer with a sore stomach when you run or struggle to get food down you, because ginger is obviously soothing for the stomach. So I use those as my main source of electrolytes. I've also got a Vivo one, but I tend to use that afterwards, so I'll be bringing that along with me for after the run. And then above that you can see some chocolate. It's got sea salt in it. That's just for a bit of variety. I don't always want to be eating guava blocks. And then to the left of that, human food. These are, ta-da, high calorie vegan food bars. They're kind of nuts, dates, all that sort of stuff. They're a bit more solid, a little less just plain sugar than everything else that I've got. And on a long day out, I just get really bored of just having gels. So I'm gonna probably only bring one of these, maybe 2, just as backup fuel to eat on the go. And then it comes to race day kit. I haven't really decided what I'm going to wear. Obviously, it very much depends on the weather, what the weather's doing and how I feel. We have to, in the mandatory kit, have a pair of leggings or trousers that cover our knees with us. So I can't just wear shorts. Well, I can just wear shorts, but I have to bring trousers with me. So I'm going to bring my 2XU leggings, compression leggings, but I will likely wear my Allbirds shorts because they're a little bit longer, so reduces chafing, or my Lululemon shorts, which are short shorts. And then above that you can see my UYN short-sleeved top. That is really good for keeping you cool when it's hot, but also warm when it's quite cold. It's a really good sustainable brand, that one. I think it's Europe-based, made in the mountains, so they know what they're on about. And then to the right of that is my usual Columbia one. I don't think they make this anymore because it is so old, but that's my favourite Columbia base layer and does exactly the same thing, but it is long-sleeved rather than short. Well, that is it for this week's vlog. I hope you found it interesting, exciting even. If you have any questions about the packing list or about my training, do just put them down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe as well, because I will be seeing you in Chamonix next. I'm literally heading out in 2 days as we film, and it will already be out there by the time that this goes live, so extremely exciting. And I will be filming the race itself as much as I can. I was literally just discussing with a friend today how difficult it is to film and try and really put your head down and race something. So I'm kind of trying to toss up whether I should really race it or whether I should film more, and I'm kind of erring on the side of film more because I'm gonna have the chance to race it in the future, but this is the first time I'm doing it, and I really want to kind of capture that all on camera as I have done with so many other races. I always feel really grateful for having those videos to look back on, so I'm kind of erring on the side of film it, do your best, but film it, make sure you get the footage, and then you can look back on it and just race it another year, because I will definitely be back. I'm so excited to be able to go. This has been a long time coming. I think I've been waiting to do this race for nearly 2 years, no, 2 years now, so a long time. So that is it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe button. Come and find me over on Instagram as well, where I will be sharing all of my prep and the race day itself. So yeah, come and check me out on there, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Bye!